Have you ever made a decision you thought was right, only to look back and wish you'd chosen differently? At 85, I've had a long life. I've raised children, built a home, seen decades of change, and through all of it, I've made plenty of choices. Some good, some not so good. But there's one choice I keep coming back to, one I wish someone had warned me about before it was too late. Moving into assisted living. Now, I'm not here to bash anyone. I understand that for some people, these places are necessary. But I want to share with you 6 things I wish I'd known before I gave up my home and stepped into that new life. Because once you're in, things aren't always what they seem. If you or someone you love is thinking about assisted living, stay with me. These 6 lessons might change how you see everything and help you make a choice you can live with. Let's begin with the first one. Regret number 1, trading freedom for security. When I first moved in, people told me I'd be safe. I'd be looked after, meals cooked, laundry done, medicine managed. What they didn't tell me was what I'd lose in the process, my freedom. You see, I used to decide how I spent my days. I woke up when I wanted, stayed up late reading if I felt like it, took long walks just because. I could sit by my window for hours with a cup of tea and let the birds keep me company. In assisted living, everything runs on their time. Meals at 7, 12, and 5. Lights out by 9. Medication reminders in the morning. Activity scheduled, rest period set. Suddenly, life wasn't mine to live. It was a program I was dropped into, and I began to feel like a passenger in my own story. If you're thinking about moving or encouraging someone else to, ask yourself this. Is safety worth giving up the small, beautiful freedoms that make a day feel yours? Regret number 2, being surrounded, yet feeling alone. Here's something they don't put in the brochure. Just because you're around people doesn't mean you won't feel lonely. In fact, I've never felt more invisible. When I first arrived, I was introduced to others, smiled at in the hallways. The staff were polite. My family called often. But slowly, the visits dropped off. The phone rang less. My stories weren't asked for. My name became Room 203. Even sitting in a dining hall with 30 other residents, I felt isolated, like I had been placed on a shelf and forgotten. Loneliness doesn't come from silence. It comes from being overlooked. If you're thinking of assisted living, ask yourself, do you have a plan for staying truly connected? Because once you're in, it's easy for the outside world to fade. Regret number 3, losing a sense of purpose. I never realized how much purpose there was in the little things. Before, I woke up with tasks, tending to my flowers, preparing meals, organizing old photo albums, calling my sister every Friday. They gave shape to my day, meaning to my hours. When I moved in, I thought I'd enjoy the rest. No cooking, no chores, no stress. But with those things went my sense of why. Why get up? Why move? Why care? I saw in others too. Men and women who once ran businesses, raised families, fixed cars, painted art, now sitting in silence, staring out the window, waiting for lunch. Our hands were no longer needed. And when your hands aren't needed, your heart starts to wonder if it is. Ask yourself, what gives your life meaning? Will you still have that once you give up your role in your own day? Regret number 4, declining faster than I expected. Before I moved in, I was doing okay. Slower than I used to be, sure, but I still got around. I stretched in the mornings, cooked simple meals, took walks, folded laundry. Those things kept me moving. But once I moved in, I stopped doing them. Why should I, when everything was done for me? And slowly my strength faded. Getting out of bed became a struggle. My knees stiffened, my balance weakened. My memory, once sharp, got cloudier by the week, and I realized it wasn't age that was taking me down. It was inactivity. Comfort, ironically, was costing me my vitality. If you or your loved one is considering assisted living, be honest. Will you keep pushing yourself to move, to think, to engage? Or will you let the comforts lull you into stillness? Because stillness, over time, is the beginning of decline. Regret number 5, losing my privacy and dignity. This one's hard to talk about. At home, I had space, my own bathroom, my own routines. If I wanted to sing while I cooked, I did. If I needed a moment alone, I had it. In assisted living, privacy is a privilege. Staff come and go, often without knocking. You share rooms, sometimes with people very different from you. You're asked personal questions in public. Sometimes you're helped in ways that feel more humiliating than supportive. You learn to accept it. You have to, but deep down, something inside you mourns a loss of dignity. It's not just about having someone see you naked. It's about feeling like you're no longer in control of your body, your space, your life. Before you move in, ask yourself, are you ready for that trade? Regret number 6. Thinking I could always go back. Here's the biggest thing nobody told me. It's not easy to leave. When I first moved in, I thought, if I don't like it, I'll just go back home. But over time, things changed. My house was sold. My belongings were scattered. My body wasn't as strong. My confidence shrank. And my family, they began to see me as someone who needed to be here. Getting out became not only hard, it became unlikely. And so, what I thought was a temporary solution became permanent. Don't assume it'll be easy to undo the decision. Because once you let go of your independence, getting it back isn't just about willpower. It's about systems, money, trust, and strength. Make sure you truly need to go before you say goodbye to the life you knew. I'm not saying assisted living is wrong. For some, it truly is the safest and most caring place. But for me, I wish I had tried harder to stay at home, to ask for help there, to build a support system that let me live my life on my terms for just a little longer. If you're standing at this crossroads, deciding whether to go or to stay, I beg you, look beyond the convenience. Ask deeper questions. Think about who you are and what parts of you are worth fighting for. Because once you give them up, they're not so easy to get back. Thank you for spending these moments with me. If something in this video resonated with you, leave a comment and share your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you are holding on to. And if you found this valuable, please subscribe, and share this with someone who might need it. We may grow older, but we never stop learning. Until next time, stay strong and stay you.